Have you ever felt it? That undeniable, almost impossible to describe pull, like a deep stirring inside you, hinting that something really big is changing, even if you can't uh, quite put your finger on it.
Yeah. It's a feeling that seems to resonate deeper than just thoughts or emotions, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Almost like your soul itself is trying to get your attention.
Exactly. Not just a mood, but something persistent,
Yeah.
profound, a sense that things are fundamentally shifting inside you and maybe around you too.
Right, and that's precisely what we're diving into today, this idea of a profound spiritual awakening.
And not just as some, abstract concept. Our source describes it as something palpable, something real happening now, affecting people deeply, personally, but also maybe collectively, cosmically.
That's the fascinating angle here. The source material we're looking at is quite unique, isn't it?
It really is. It's excerpts from a work called The Shekinah's Descent, Lighting the New Humanity, and the Language. It's almost poetic, but it gives this incredibly detailed picture of this spiritual stirring.
It's like it provides a vocabulary, or maybe a map, for experiences that usually leave us speechless.
Yeah, exactly. A map for a territory lots of us might feel we're already navigating, just without the signposts. It promises to shed light on what's going on under the surface.
So the mission today is really to unpack that. The origins, the manifestations, the purpose behind this awakening, as described in the source.
Right. To bring some clarity to what many might be feeling, but like we said, can't quite articulate, we're going to peel back the
It
layers.
sounds like a journey into the heart of transformation itself.
It really does. So get ready, because this could offer some unexpected insights, maybe even into your own inner world. Okay, let's start with that feeling itself, that significance that just escapes words.
The source puts it very directly right at the start. There is a deep stirring within souls now which words cannot express.
Wow. Straight out of the gate, defining it by its inexpressibility. That immediately tells you this isn't just a strong feeling or, a complex thought.
No, it suggests something fundamentally different, operating on a level deeper than our conscious, language-based mind.
It's not about finding the right words, then.
It seems to imply the experience transcends language entirely.
Okay, so why? What makes it so beyond words?
Well, the text elaborates. It says this stirring is far beyond the primitive limitations of language, of mind, of embodiment.
Primitive limitations. That's strong language. It implies our whole way of processing reality, thoughts, words, even our physical senses just isn't equipped for this.
That seems to be the implication. It's reaching, as the source puts it, into realms of the soul and the infinite one.
The infinite one. Okay, so we're talking about tapping into something boundless, formless, something our minds, which love categories and labels, just can't grasp.
Precisely. Our tools are for the world of form. This experience, it seems, originates beyond that. It's like a call from a part of ourselves that operates outside the analytical mind.
Which forces us to reconsider what knowing even means, right? It's not intellectual understanding.
It's more of a direct, felt, non-conceptual knowing, and experience itself.
But hang on, haven't mystics and spiritual traditions always tried to talk about the ineffable? Using poetry, paradox, metaphor, is this different somehow?
That's a really good point. The source seems to emphasize a specific quality about this current stirring. It doesn't just say it's hard to name.
It says it cannot be named, it cannot be called out. That sounds absolute.
Exactly. It implies a complete unreachability by our usual naming or conceptualizing functions. Maybe less like a subjective experience that's hard to describe, and more like encountering a reality of the soul that inherently exists beyond concepts.
So it's not just difficult, it's fundamentally incompatible with language.
That seems to be the idea. Like it bypasses the ego, the mental filters, connecting us directly to something universal. It challenges the usual paths of spiritual growth that often rely on teachings, words, concepts.
So the knowing itself is changing, from grasping ideas.
To a direct embodied experience, almost like an internal upgrade, remembering something inherent rather than learning something new.
Okay, so for you listening, maybe think about this. Have you ever had a moment, maybe in nature, or a sudden insight, or just a deep longing where words felt totally inadequate?
Those moments might be echoes, hints of this larger shift the source is describing.
It sets the stage for something really profound, doesn't it? An awakening that might redefine how we perceive everything.
It certainly does. And then it introduces the catalyst.
Ah, yes, this is where it gets really fascinating. The source gives this force a name or a presence, the Shekinah.
The Shekinah. Often understood, especially in Kabbalah, as the divine feminine presence, the indwelling glory of the divine.
So it's not just an internal process happening on its own, there's an active catalyst involved.
Apparently so. The source says, yet it is lifting us into new, uncharted space in which our soul is fully being lit up by the holy fire of the Shekinah.
Lit up by a holy fire, that's powerful imagery. It suggests an active force, almost like a divine intervention kindling our inner light.
Not something we achieve through effort, but something that's happening to us, through us. A form of grace, perhaps.
And there's specific symbolism involved too, isn't there?
Yes, very specific. Her symbol is the pure white dove descending into our higher chakras, crown, and then our sacred heart.
The white dove, peace, purity, the divine spirit, descending. That sounds gentle yet powerful.
And the path is significant. From the crown chakra, our connection to the divine, to universal consciousness.
Right, the top of the head.
Down into the sacred heart. It's a top-down infusion, grounding that higher connection right into our core emotional and spiritual center.
So it bridges the highest spiritual connection with our deepest human feeling center.
Exactly. It's not just ideas, it's an energetic integration, a repatterning of our whole being.
But it gets even more specific, doesn't it? It mentions activating something within the heart.
It does. It says, and fully activating the inner 33 chamber of our higher heart.
The inner 33 chamber, okay, that's incredibly intriguing. What does that even mean? A hidden part of our heart, like a spiritual component coming online.
It certainly suggests a level of detail in our energetic anatomy that's not common knowledge, a precise point of activation.
And the number 33, any ideas what that might signify? Is it symbolic? An energy frequency?
Well, the source doesn't explicitly define it, but in many esoteric systems, numbers have vibrational meanings. 33 is often seen as a master number.
Master number, like significant.
Very. Often linked to things like mastery, Christ consciousness, high-level compassion, spiritual service, profound transformation. It hints at a potential for embodying divine love.
Wow. So activating this chamber could unlock that potential.
That seems to be the implication.
Yeah.
The idea of an inner chamber also suggests a sacred, protected space within, where this deep activation occurs away from the surface level.
Could it be more literal, too? Like not just symbolic, but maybe related to a specific energetic structure, a frequency, like you said, or even a geometric pattern within our energy field.
That's a fascinating possibility. The precision does suggest something more than just general heart opening. It hints at a very refined energetic system being activated for specific spiritual functions.
Okay, so we have this incredibly detailed inner process. Shekinah, dove, crown, heart, 33 chamber. But then it zooms way out, right, to the cosmos.
Yes, it connects this internal activation to something vast. It says this is coinciding with the merging with the cosmic hearts in Venus and Andromeda.
Venus and Andromeda. So our personal awakening is somehow linked to planets and galaxies. What does that even imply about the scale of this?
It suggests a profound link between the microcosms and the macrocosm of the universe. That galactic energies aren't just distant lights, but active participants.
Active participants.
The source states these two solar and galactic bodies will make their presence and energy palpably present in those ready to receive this blessing of blessings.
Palpably present, you mean? We can feel energy from Venus, from Andromeda. That's mind-boggling.
It does stretch our usual understanding, doesn't it? But think about their symbolism. Venus often linked to love, harmony, beauty, the divine feminine.
Okay, that connects to the heart activation.
Right. And Andromeda, our nearest major galaxy.
Oh, well.
Some traditions link it to advanced spiritual evolution, galactic consciousness.
So Venus amplifying the heart, Andromeda may be expanding our consciousness beyond just Earth or the solar system.
That's one way to interpret it. Whether it's light frequencies, subtle energies, or something else the source implies, the idea is that these celestial bodies are actively radiating something that supports this awakening.
Especially for those ready to receive, so there's an element of attunement involved.
Yes, it paints a picture of a cosmic symphony supporting our inner transformation. We're not isolated, we're part of this vast interconnected web, receiving direct energetic assistance.
It really reframes personal growth as part of a huge, orchestrated cosmic event, a co-creation almost.
That seems to be the perspective offered, and this cosmic support facilitates the next stage described, the illumination itself.
Right, the source says the Shekinah brings with her descending the true illumination, literally lighting up our soul.
Literally lighting up. That phrasing moves beyond simple metaphor, doesn't it?
Yeah, it sounds like a fundamental change in our energy, our very essence. Like an internal sunrise making the soul radiant.
A change in our energetic signature, perhaps. Increased luminosity. It's presented as the foundation for what follows.
Which is this merging process. Sounds complex.
It is described in intricate stages.
Yeah.
Even as the soul now fully is merged with the monad, and the monads with the cosmic monads.
Okay, wait. Monad. Can you unpack that a bit? What does that mean here?
Good question. In many esoteric contexts, the monad is like your individual divine spark, your eternal core unit of consciousness that's ultimately part of the one, the absolute. Think of it as your highest, timeless self.
Ah, okay. So the soul, maybe our personality level awareness, merges with that higher self?
Exactly. And then it goes further. That higher self, the monad, merges with the cosmic monads, the universal source from which all individual sparks originate.
Wow. So it's like dissolving boundaries progressively from
Yeah.
individual to higher self to the universal source itself.
Precisely. A profound expansion of identity, a return journey to our divine origin, realizing our inherent oneness, not just feeling connected, but becoming the connection.
Like a drop rejoining the ocean and that ocean rejoining the cosmic sea
Okay.
and the outcome of all this merging.
The text says it's about anchoring in fully the higher aspects of gnosis and enlightenment.
Gnosis. That's not just knowledge, right? It's deeper.
Yes, gnosis implies direct, intuitive, spiritual knowing. Wisdom that comes from within, through direct experience of the divine, not just learned concepts.
So this whole process anchors that direct knowing firmly within us. It becomes part of our baseline.
That's the idea. It fundamentally shifts how you know. Truth becomes an internal, embodied, undeniable experience, like finally having the built-in GPS instead of just reading the map.
I like that analogy. And this anchoring isn't just a quiet internal shift. There's more energy involved.
A lot more, according to the source. With it, a huge inpouring of the cosmic fires and the holy sacred fires and fire letters, fire symbols, and much more.
Cosmic fires, fire letters, fire symbols. What on earth are those, it sounds like? Energetic language.
That's a great way to put it. It suggests the transformation involves receiving complex, intelligent, light-encoded energy. These fires aren't destructive, but purifying, activating.
And the letters and symbols,
Yeah.
like information encoded in energy.
Exactly, like catalysts imprinting new blueprints onto our energetic systems, aligning us with that gnosis and enlightenment, bypassing the analytical mind entirely.
So it's like a spiritual DNA upgrade, a cosmic software update for our entire being delivered through energy.
That's a very apt description. It recalibrates our subtle bodies, maybe even our physical cells, to hold a higher frequency. It's deeply alchemical, pure energy and symbolic information merging at the soul level.
Our minds might not get it, but our souls just integrate it.
That seems to be the mechanism, leading to a really comprehensive, embodied awakening.
Okay, this sounds incredibly powerful and intense. Does the source talk about what that feels like for the person experiencing it?
It does, and it circles right back to that initial theme of inexpressibility, but amplified. It says, you will feel at times as if this inner fire is burning so brightly that you simply are so lit up, that this is so profound and deep that you cannot share nor express it.
So an overwhelming inner light, almost too much to contain or explain.
And again, the source stresses this isn't a bug, it's a feature. That is how it is meant to be.
Why, though? Why is it meant to be inexpressible?
Perhaps the sheer power of it lies in its nonverbal nature. Trying to put it into limited human language might dilute it, distort it.
Makes sense. It keeps the experience pure, direct, untainted by the mind trying to label it.
Possibly. It forces the transformation to happen beyond the grasp of the intellect, anchoring you deeply in your own unique internal experience. A sacred fire for internal transformation, not external discussion.
Okay. And this fire, it's doing something specific, isn't it? Something about burning away.
Yes, a very profound action. These fires resurrect. Indeed, burn away the mortal and anchor in the immortal.
Burn away the mortal, anchor in the immortal. Wow. That sounds alchemical, like stripping away everything temporary.
Exactly. The finite, the limited, maybe ego patterns, old beliefs, even perceived physical limitations, allowing the eternal, infinite aspect of our being, our true nature, to become fully grounded, fully present.
It's like a death and rebirth process, not physical death, but
A death of the old, limited self-concept, allowing the true, immortal self to emerge and take charge, like the phoenix rising from the ashes.
of radical purification. And this intense personal transformation, it connects to a bigger picture, right? Something about human evolution.
It does. The source states, this is necessary now as we are changing all bodies and fields into the seventh root race bodies for the new golden age.
Okay, seventh root race bodies, new golden age. Can you give us the quick version of what that means in this context?
Sure. The concept of root races often comes from theosophy and similar traditions. Right. It refers to major stages in human evolution over vast periods. Each race develops certain capacities or principles.
So the seventh root race would be A future state.
A highly evolved future stage, yes. Characterized by things like spiritual mastery, unity consciousness, and potentially a more refined, luminous, physical or energetic form. A significant evolutionary leap.
And the new golden age is the era this new humanity will inhabit.
Exactly. So this intense inner fire, this burning away of the mortal, isn't just for individual enlightenment. It's framed as a necessary preparation for a collective, species-wide transformation, rewriting our very blueprint.
So if you're feeling this stuff, this intense stirring, this inner fire, the source is saying you're actually part of this massive evolutionary shift, contributing to this new golden age.
That's the implication, that the personal journey has profound collective and planetary significance. Each person integrating this helps pave the way.
That feels like a lot of responsibility. Does it mention challenges or what's required of us?
It doesn't frame it as tasks exactly, but the emphasis seems to be on allowing, on readiness, on integration. The responsibility is perhaps more about being present to the process, becoming a willing conduit for these energies.
By transforming ourselves, we help transform the collective field.
That's the synergistic idea. Individual awakening lifts the collective, and the rising collective energy supports further individual awakening. It's about aligning with this flow, not fighting it.
Okay, so given the intensity, the inner fire, the cosmic downloads, the evolutionary pressure, what practical advice does the source offer? How do you navigate this?
The guidance is remarkably simple, almost surprisingly so.
Huh.
Just allow time for more rest, more silence, quietude.
Rest, silence, quietude. With all this energy pouring in, it seems counterintuitive, doesn't it?
It does, in our busy world. But it makes deep sense for integration. You need space for these profound internal shifts to settle, to be processed without constant external noise and demands.
So slowing down becomes a spiritual practice in itself, a necessary one.
A radical act of self-care, really, creating the inner spaciousness for this recalibration to happen smoothly.
But this call for silence doesn't mean total isolation, does it? There's something about community.
Yes, but a very different kind of community. The Source talks about the gathering of souls and the gathering of sacred communities of light, yet it is silent.
Silent gatherings, silent communities, how does that work?
It suggests connection is shifting beyond physical meetups or verbal exchange. It's becoming about vibrational alignment, a non-local connection.
Like a network of people resonating at a similar frequency, supporting each other energetically even if they've never met.
Exactly. A hidden network of light, operating on a soul level, a gathering based on resonance, not physical proximity.
That leads into the next point, doesn't it? About how communication itself is changing.
Precisely. It describes heart centers communicating directly with other hearts, souls with other souls. No words needed. No physical presence. Just soul. Souls.
Wow. Pure heart-to-heart, soul-to-soul communication, bypassing language, personality, ego, all the usual filters and barriers.
It paints a picture of incredibly deep, authentic connection, where understanding isn't achieved through clumsy words, but through direct, energetic resonance.
Imagine that. True empathy, true understanding, just happening intrinsically. What a profound shift in how we could relate.
It's a beautiful, almost utopian vision, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where authenticity is the default mode of connection, a direct knowing of another's essence.
So if we tie all these threads together, the Shekinah's fire, the cosmic links, the inner merging, the silent communion, it all leads to this vision of...
Arise the new humanity, the new children of the inner suns.
The inner sun, so that's us, the individuals who've gone through this awakening, now radiating our own light.
That seems to be the metaphor. Not just individual lights, but a collective radiance, a species blossoming into a new level of consciousness.
Which brings up a huge question, doesn't it? If our main way of connecting shifts from words and appearances to this inner soul resonance, what happens to society?
Indeed. What does a civilization built on authenticity, intuition, and deep, unspoken understanding actually look like? How would it function?
It sounds incredibly different. How radical must that seem to someone hearing these ideas for the first time, a world where constant talking isn't the main way we connect?
It points towards a fundamental transformation of human culture, driven by this internal shift within individuals. Humanity reborn from within.
Okay, so let's try and recap this incredible journey we've taken today, following the path laid out in the Shekinah's descent.
We started with that deep, inexpressible stirring.
Yeah, something beyond words, beyond our usual understanding. Then we met the catalyst, the Shekinah, descending like a dove, bringing a holy fire.
Activating the crown, the sacred heart, and that mysterious inner 33 chamber.
And realizing this wasn't just personal, but cosmically connected, timed with energies from Venus and Andromeda.
Leading to a literal illumination of the soul, followed by that intricate merging soul to monad the cosmic monads,
Anchoring direct knowing, gnosis, while receiving these cosmic fires and fire letters. Intense stuff.
which serve to burn away the mortal, anchoring our immortal essence.
All framed as necessary preparation for a collective leap, the seventh root race, and the new golden age.
And the guidance through all this intensity. Surprisingly simple. Rest, silence, quietude.
Which fosters a new kind of connection, silent gatherings, soul-to-soul communication.
Culminating in the vision of a new humanity rising, the children of the inner suns. It's quite a narrative.
It truly is. So, for you listening, what does all this mean, personally? Maybe it's about validating those feelings you couldn't name.
Perhaps it's an invitation to lean into them, to trust them.
And maybe to consciously make space for that quietude the source recommends, even when life feels chaotic, allowing that integration to happen.
Trusting that there might be a deeper, silent form of connection happening too, beyond what you consciously perceive.
Recognizing that any inner fire, any sense of profound change might be part of this larger purposeful transformation. You're part of this unfolding cosmic plan.
Which leads us to a final thought to ponder.
Yeah. If our deepest communication, our truest connection, is really shifting beyond words, moving towards this pure soul resonance, what needs to change in our world?
What existing structures, our social systems, education, governance, even our personal relationships might need to adapt or even dissolve?
To make way for this new humanity, these children of the inner suns, how do we build a world that supports soul-to-soul connection?
It's a powerful question to carry forward, isn't it? Thinking about the practical implications of a humanity truly awakening from within.